Hello everyone. I hope you all doing good. From now onwards we are going to start a very good lesson series on how to learn and practice English. But before going to start these lessons, I ask a question from you that why we learn English. So we all know the importance of English, but make sure before going to start these kind of lessons, you have a very good idea about the historical importance and how English evolves throughout the years. Basically, English was originally the language of England, but through the historical efforts of the British Empire, it has become the primary or secondary language of many former British colonies such as the United States, Canada, Australia, and in fact India as well. Currently, if we talk about the current importance, English is the primary language of not only countries actively touched by the British imperialism, but also many business and cultural spheres dominated by those countries. It is the language of Hollywood and the language of international banking and business. As such, it is a useful and even necessary language to know. So this is kind of answer to question that why we learn English. So it is a good practice to start these lessons with the topic like introduction parts, and in fact informal greetings and formal greetings are the subsequent part of that as well. So we all know that any polite conversation start with a greeting like saying hello, and there are many ways to greet someone, and your choice will depend on who you are talking to. So let's get into this lesson and check out what are basically informal greeting words and what are formal greeting words. So I have written all those things which I assume that you necessarily have a knowledge about that. And so let's start with informal greetings. Here is how you can say hello. So you can say hello like that. It is basically a universal greeting that works for every conversation, and you can say it like hey, a neutral, or you can say it friendly greeting. You can say this in informal situations only, not in formal situations. And you can say like hey, an informal and relaxed greetings. And in fact, this kind of greetings you can say or write is very rare are now these days, but this is quite formal and rare these days, but could be used harmlessly among friends. So now we are talking about formal greetings, for a more formal way to greet someone or in a business situations. So you can use the modal verb good plus time of the day. This is kind of, you can say, the structure of that sentence. So you can say good morning reserved for any time before noon. Make sure you say these formal greeting words with respect to their time importance. And good afternoon typically used between noon and 5 to 6 p.m., and good evening anytime after 6 p.m. But make sure, remember that good night normally means that you are saying goodbye. It is also commonly used right before going to bed. And now we are look at some introductory sentences, or the sentences you can use when you introduce yourself. So if you look at the sentences written there, what if you have never met the person you are talking to before? Then after greeting them, it would be polite to introduce yourself and ask for their name. Here's how. My name is this and what's your name? This is a very simple, neutral, and always works well. But if you met somebody once before but you do not remember their name, then you can say a sentence like, I'm sorry, I do not remember your name. You are. This is a little bit, some kind of informal sentence, but you can use this sentence as well. And if you want to introduce a person to someone else, you can simply say, please meet that and the name of that your friend. For example, you are in a party and you want to introduce your friend to your parents, then you go to your parents and say, please meet my friend Tom. So this is like a sentence you can use. And formal introduction, this is and the name of that person. For example, if you are introducing someone in business situations, like you can say, this is Tom, this is our new employer. So common introductions are there listed below. Now that you have introduced yourself, use one of the phrases below to respond someone's introduction. So someone say good morning or hello, then you can say nice to meet you. The most common one. This sentence is very common, and pleased to meet you, and it's a pleasure. But remember, this is a nice one, but can be used in informal situations only. So this is a first lecture on the series like learn and practice English, and please check out the description as well. There is a link of Facebook group that there you can practice all these sentences, and only serious candidate can join the group. Please make sure you are very serious about learning English, and please make sure you subscribe the channel so you can get updates from us. So please subscribe and share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.